Dark Souls 3 is a forgettable experience, and let me tell you why. This is coming from someone who started their journey into the Souls series with Elden Ring, before venturing into the Dark Souls trilogy. And yet, when I think back on my experience, Dark Souls 3 leaves the weakest impression out of the 3 games, and that is saying something. To be clear, this isn't about good or bad memories, just how vividly they stick with me. Dark Souls 3 is a dark medieval hardcore action RPG, and that alone makes it inherently captivating, especially for players returning from the previous games, but I'd go ahead and assume it drew in plenty of new players as well. Visually, the game is stunning. The art direction is phenomenal. However, compared to the more vibrant worlds of Dark Souls 1 and 2, Dark Souls 3 just feels a bit more muted, which makes the zones blend together in my memory. The one exception being the Ring City, an area that truly just stands out to me. If you are looking for a deep, engaging story just by playing the game, you won't find much here. Dark Souls 3 sticks to the classic Souls approach, storytelling through environmental details, NPC interactions, and item descriptions. It's all there, but the game makes you work for it. So if you really want the full picture, you're better off watching a lore breakdown on YouTube. Vidya basically does From Software's job for them at this point. And that is not exactly great storytelling in my book. Let me just be completely clear here. I am saying From Software is doing a bad job. Vidya is doing a great job. The NPCs in Dark Souls 3 don't leave much of a lasting impact. Off the top of my head, I can only really recall a few. The Firekeeper, Tsoric, mainly because I parried all of his attacks in a row. Yo.
Tough enemy ahead. A seal then?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Seekwood and Patches. But let's be real, Seekwood and Patches barely count because they are practically Dark Souls 1 characters in disguise. Except Patches, of course, because he was actually just there. Now for the most important part, the bosses. This might be a very cold take, but my favorite boss in Dark Souls 3 is Champion Gundyr. Why? Well, because he's just so satisfying to parry. There is a real flow to his fight that makes every deflected strike feel incredible.
Time to parry! I feel like this is the prime. Last time I killed him in 2 attempts, but this time we're doing it differently. We're gonna parry, and we're gonna win. Oh! First parry. Oh! Let's go! Let's go!
And you might have guessed it already, but I really like to parry, okay? Beyond that, there are a few notable bosses. Dancer of the Boreal Valley, for reasons I won't disclose.
I just keep bamming and it works? Hello? Rawr.
Slave Knight Gale, who only stands out because the Dark Souls 3 fans keep putting him on a pedestal. And Vord of the Boreal Valley, solely because his OST is an absolute gem. Overall, the boss quality in Dark Souls 3 is undeniably high. I won't nitpick too much here, the game delivers where it matters. Overall, the gameplay is solid, but at this point that is a given for From Software. The bosses are well designed, yet I struggle to recall them because they never feel like significant threats. Take Ornstein and Smoke from the first game. True icons of the series. I mean, that's why Ornstein was in all 3 games. Well, you know, copycats of him at least. Even the Pursuer from Dark Souls 2, despite being really easy, remains memorable. And in Dark Souls 3, the bosses just lacks that lasting presence on me. My biggest gripe though is with the zone design. Everything feels too similar, blending into one big indistinguishable mass. There are of course one or a few exceptions. The Ring City, which stands out as a beautifully crafted area. Oh, and I almost forgot Anor Londo. My bad on that one. Despite all of this, I still rate Dark Souls 3 highly, and have absolutely no regrets about the hours I invested in it. And who knows, I might just find myself returning to it in the future when time allows it. I almost forgot to mention the OSTs. While most didn't leave a lasting impression on me, there is one moment that stands out. The beautiful melody that greets you on the main menu screen. And feel free to share your thoughts on Dark Souls 3. I know this game was a honeymoon experience for many first-time Souls players. So I'm sure plenty of people will rate it much higher than I do. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. The friendliest of reminders to leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. It helps a ton, so thank you in advance. And until next time, 3, 2, 1 fades away.